Hello, Rima. Hi, doctor. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, you're still signing hello, Rima. I think you have a problem with your sound. Okay, let me see. I think you have an audio program. I don't know if you can hear me. You have an audio problem. Can't hear you. Okay, so hello, Aya. Hi.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good. I think our friend Rima is having an audio problem. She hasn't been able to connect.
She actually sent me a message and she said, is there going to be any session today? So I said, yes. It was just 2 seconds ago.
Using audio, you mean?
No, she sent me a message on Messenger. She said, is there going to be a session today? So I said, yes. And then I thought she was like connecting. So I decided to connect.
Okay, she connected, I think. Hi, Rima, can you hear us? I'm just checking if your audio is fine because we need to communicate, I think. Okay, let's check the book. Hello, Rima. Can you hear us? Maybe it's noisy around her. Hello.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
Hi, doctor. How are you? We can hear you now. Okay, that's good news.
Yes.
Okay, before we start, let's have a little chat about the true, false, not given. How was the workbook? How was how were the exercises? What was your impression? Feedback. Give me feedback about the true, false, not given.
You go, Rima. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Me completed the true, false, and given in a workbook. It was not bad, but I have 3 questions.
Okay, so you have questions.
Yes.
You want these questions? You mean you want to discuss them?
Would I send the question and answer in the message after the class?
All right,
You
but you can ask me. You want to know why this is the answer like this? This is
Yeah,
your.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I didn't believe the answer.
Okay. So you think maybe it's maybe a mistake in the book itself? You mean?
Yeah. Yes, one of them. Even the answer didn't. I didn't find it in the text. That's why
Okay.
I
Okay.
weird.
Okay. Good thing you kept these. Please send them to me after the class is over so we can see them. There might be sometimes, very rarely, not commonly, there are printing mistakes in books. These things happen. They're not. I mean, humans after all typed it in, so they're not infallible. These things happen. It's not common though, but we can see what it's about. So send it to me. As for today, I think it's really your option what to do with the questions. I'll tell you my suggestion, and maybe you have a different opinion. Okay, so we have these questions to cover. I think, can you see them on the screen?
Yes.
All right. So if we want to label them according to difficulty, in my opinion, I would say, where's the headings question? Yeah, headings. Headings is a bit of work, okay? It sort of relies on your overall comprehension skills. It's a mix of skimming and scanning, because most of the time the heading question is they give you a heading, and what they want to do is they want you to find out if you can put this heading as a summary for a sentence, for a paragraph. Most of the time, it's not a complete summary of the sentence, of the paragraph, sorry, but it's usually a paraphrase. Do you know what paraphrase means, by the way?
Yes.
Aya, I think you know what paraphrase means? Yeah, okay, good. So it's just a paraphrase of a sentence in the paragraph itself. So it's a bit of synonym work. It's more of vocabulary, sort of testing your vocabulary range. It's a bit annoying because you need to be a little thorough. We can start this. This is my suggestion. But if you want to have a light question after you had the true false not given, this is possible too. So it's dealer's choice. What would you like? Aya, and what would you like?
I think we should go with the headings so we can move on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, to get rid of the annoying questions first, and then the other ones are, they're okay. They're not as bad, I think. What do you think, Rima? Or do you want to change from heavy questions?
No, I agree. I think a heading is difficult as true and false not given.
All right. So let's do a little bit of these. Let's use some of the easy questions as examples, and then we'll do one which is a little harder, just to see what it's about. So let's find our first heading question. Let me take you to the first one. The first one it's coming soon. I think it's Unit 3. Not this one, no. It's there's an article about advertising. This is the one I remember. By the way, also the grammar questions in the book, the ones in between the exercises, it's true that these are not IELTS specific tasks, but they won't hurt you if you do them. This is just extra work for you to keep busy outside of our lessons, our lesson time. So this way this way we can use our lessons only to focus, to sort of zoom in on the IELTS tasks. We don't want to waste time with the other stuff, but the other stuff is good. In regular class courses, we usually do all of it, so we can give students a sort of revision for their upper intermediate advanced and maybe even intermediate grammar, and at the same time explain to them IELTS tasks. But both of your levels are okay, I think, and I think you can do this at home. I do have the model answers for these exercises. If you do any of them and if you finish them, just tell me I finished exercise X from page Y, and I'll send you the answers right away so you can check your answers. It's a good thing to keep yourself busy with, apart from the workbook itself, okay? So stuff like this, all of this passive, they're reviewing your active passive. It's also important in writing when we get to writing. So it's useful. Vocab, you can see lots of interesting stuff here. Okay. And this is, this is it. All right, so let's do a little bit of an introduction first. Let me explain what it is. And I think the best way to do this, I think I have an idea. Rima, what about your situation with laptop? Is there any change, or is it the same as last time?
I think it's clear now.
Are you able to zoom in?
No.
Okay, but okay, and this exercise, I don't think we won't have any trouble. I'll prepare the questions. But if I zoom out, it becomes too small, right? Like this,
for me, I don't have any problem. So maybe Rima, I don't know. Is she using her mobile? Are you using your mobile?
You're using
laptop.
It's okay. I can see it clearly.
Okay, you can see it clearly. Okay, let's see if we can do the 2-page view. It's not on the same 2 pages. Never mind. Okay, so this means I can always let's zoom in. Okay, I just want to prepare the format before I explain the question. And this way it might be easier for us to do the exercise, of course. So, so here's the text. And let's do the questions. Okay, let me explain the question first and then I'll get to this. This will take a little bit of time, not too much. Okay, so let's talk about the headings question. So basically the headings question, like I said, it's a bit of a mixed question, because what they need you to do is they need you to choose the right, like this one. It says the article has 9 paragraphs. So each paragraph has a letter from A to I, okay? So you have 9 paragraphs. Then it says choose the correct heading for each paragraph. Now the headings are on the other side of the page. So let me show you where the headings are. Now remember, we only need 8 answers. So if you can see here, so this is an 8-point question, right? So this is actually, if we calculate this, this is 1/5 of your overall reading marks. So it's a nice chunk if you think of it, because you have 8 full marks. Imagine if you get all these 8 marks right, or 8 points if you get them. They're nice. They'll help your overall reading band score. Now we have 8, but if you go to the headings themselves, how many headings do we have? Can you see the headings?
Yes, there are more than 8 actually.
To be precise, there are 12.
Mhm.
So who can tell me why do we have more headings than we need? And is this an advantage or is this a disadvantage in your opinion?
I think it's a disadvantage.
A big one, actually, if you think about it.
Because I think usually the headings would be close, I mean, similar into the meanings, and they complicate more.
That's the thing, yes, that's the problem. With the headings question, the problem is you have more questions than more options than you need. This means they prevent you from answering using exclusion. So you cannot do the Isa Musa Hadi Badi thing. You cannot do it. You will always have extra headings that you cannot use, and this is a problem. This means you really need to know you really need to understand what you need to know, what you need to use. Sorry. So it's a vocab problem. Okay, so we have Galaxy 9. Hi. I think someone joined. Okay, just a second. Let's see who this is.
Hi, it's me again.
Okay, who are you? Who are you? Rima?
Rima, yes.
Yeah, okay, so you moved using your phone. Okay, I was just about to kick you out of the out of the room because I left the security, I left the room open, and then someone entered and I was about to kick you out. Okay. Is it easier using the phone?
Yes, it's more easy than.
All right. Okay. Great. All right. So this is the first problem. The first hurdle, the first obstacle is that you have more headings than you need. You cannot answer using exclusion. This is the first issue we have. Now let's see some tips and let's see some advice. Maybe this will help us in our question. Okay, so the first thing it says here, you may be asked to choose suitable headings. We talked about this. So the paragraphs are labeled alphabetically A, B, C, D, E, F, but the headings are done using Roman numerals. Okay, you don't have to know what they are. You just need to copy it. Okay, just copy it as a symbol. If you don't know what VIII is, which number this is in Roman, just copy the whole thing. Okay, so don't worry too much about this. Just copy it as a symbol. All right, is this clear? Rima?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so now the first thing you need to do, you need to skim. I think this is general advice for anything you need to skim. If you're a skimming person, otherwise, remember, leave it and just drop the skimming. The second thing is, it says, reread the first labeled paragraph or section and decide what it's about. Read all the headings, and write beside the paragraph all those that might be suitable. Make sure they fit the whole meaning of the paragraph and don't simply use some of the same words. I would underline this last part because this is where most candidates get tricked. So what happens is most candidates see a word in the heading, in the question. Okay, so let's say it says excited customers in the heading. Okay, so maybe heading numeral 3, it says excited, it contains these two words, excited customers. And then in the paragraphs in the text, you find excited customers again. This is the answer, let's match it. This is a disaster, of course. It's a trick. Never answer depending on one or two words. And if anything, you should be actually skeptical if you see the same words, because they rarely ever use the same words in IELTS. They always use synonyms. So you need to pay attention to this. Never choose depending on a word. This is one thing. Now, my advice would be to read the headings before you read the paragraphs. I think here they're saying the same thing. They're saying read the first labeled paragraph or section, decide what's. I think here they're just telling you read the example, because if we go back a bit here, there's always one of them which is answered. Now, if you see here, paragraph A is already answered using heading X. So if we go to heading, so let's imagine this is your real exam. What should you do in your real exam? What do you think? What do you think you should do to ensure that you don't make the mistake and answer something that's already answered? What should you do? What do you think?
I don't know. I think I would skim quickly. First of all, read the headings, just like you said, and then skim quickly to try to match. I think it's just the time, the meaning of the heading. I don't know.
Okay, but here the question is, do you see, because one of them is already answered as an example, paragraph A is already X, heading X.
So you can't use that heading again.
So what should you do in your real exam to make sure you won't use it accidentally? What should you do?
Make a cross.
Cross it. Exactly. You need, from the beginning of the test, before you even start, just cross with a pencil, just cross it. Okay? Make sure you don't use it. And you can also cross the paragraph. So
Yes.
because paragraph A is used, just cross the whole thing. This way you don't waste time doing something, because under the stress of time, it's very easy to make mistakes. So you need to try to help yourself, not make these easy to avoid pitfalls, these mistakes. You need to make sure. So this is the first thing. So like you said, skim. If you're a good skimmer, skim. If not, jump to the question. Read the headings first. You need to know which headings you'll be using for the paragraphs. Okay. Then you need to start with each paragraph. It says here, do the same with the other paragraphs. In each case, read all the headings. Of course, we already did this. We read all the headings. Where you have chosen more than one heading, decide which one fits best. Remember that every paragraph or section will have a different heading, and there will always be more headings than paragraphs. If you are given an example, make sure you don't use that heading. This is what we just said. Use that heading for other options. So I think the advice for the heading question is straightforward. If there's an example answered, and there's always an example answered, by the way, cross it from the beginning so you don't confuse yourself. Go to the headings, read the headings first, have an idea what they're about, and then go to the paragraph. And each paragraph, of course, has its heading, but the vice versa is not true. Not every heading has a paragraph, because there are more headings than you need. Okay, so let me now. So the good thing, both of you are on laptop or on. So I can zoom out now. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to take a photo of the other page to screenshot it, and then I'll see how it works, so I can put them next to each other. So let me go to the next page, and let me screenshot it. This way things will be a lot easier for you guys. Have you done any of the headings questions during your training, Rima or Aya? Have you worked on this before?
Actually, I did the filling and no more than the complete the sentence, and I didn't do the headings, so this is a good start.
I see. Okay. Okay. So this way, the whole thing is here. This is what we need. And Rima, have you done this question before? Have you worked on this?
No, I haven't.
All right, so this is the first time then. Okay, what about the time here? We have 8 questions. How long do you think you need? Or let's say you should spend? If we use our little equation, the 1.15 seconds, how long should we spend? What do you think?
How many paragraphs are there? 8?
8 points, 8 questions.
Maybe we need 10 minutes
Uh,
or less. We should do less.
if you can do it in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
that's really good. That's actually not bad. But even up to, I think even up to 11 minutes, we're still okay. I think we're okay. Okay, so I took a screenshot of the first question, now of the second article. So this way we can all put them in one screen, and this will save us the trouble. All right, we're almost there. Now let's go back. I think a pen and paper might help. I don't know if you have them next to you, but you might need to use a pen and paper. Do you have something to write with?
Yes.
All right, Rima, same thing?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, this looks really messy, but it will work out. Have trust in the process. Is the text clear enough?
Yeah, it is.
Is it okay like this?
Yeah, the 8 paragraphs are clear for me. I don't know, Rima?
Yes, it's okay.
Is it legible? I mean, can you read it, or is it still a little too small? Okay, now it's a little bigger, I think. Okay, I think now we're sort of okay, right? Can you read everything on the screen? So these are your headings on this side. And this is where you put the headings. So you can see that the first one is already answered. Do you see paragraph A? It's X. Can you see it, Rima?
Yes, I see it.
All right. So this means heading X, you don't use it again. All right.
Yes.
All right. And this means paragraph A, don't read it again. This means you will start from paragraph B. All right.
Mhm.
So don't make the mistake of reading A anymore. Completely ignore A. All right. So should I time you? Let's do the timing thing.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to time.
Right.
Get a cup of water while you're working. Okay. So let me just turn on essential. Okay. So you have 11 minutes, and your 11 minutes start. Let it hit the 30-second mark now. Okay, guys.
Yeah,
Finished?
we're gonna take a long time. I think we should stop and discuss. Or
No, take your time. Finish it first. Take whatever time you need, okay? I'm just saying that the 11 minutes, the theoretical ones that you should spend are done, but let's finish the whole thing, okay?
so, how long have we spent?
11 minutes.
Okay.
Rima, are you finished?
No, I didn't.
You didn't finish this?
Yes.
How many did you get from 8?
I confused between A and C, B and C.
B and C. You mean the answers? You don't know which of the headings to put in B or C?
About the text B and C, yes.
But what about the text? I think I didn't get your problem exactly. You have a confusion between B and C. In which way?
B and C have the same answer.
Okay, so it's only B and C. If it's
Yes.
only okay, but if it's only B and C and the other 6 are correct, if you have 6 out of 8, it's really nice, I think.
I don't think so. It's another 6 are right.
All right. Remember, this is a difficult question, like I told you. It's not an easy question. It's annoying, it's long, and it needs lots of concentration. And this is the first time. So even if the 8 are wrong, so what, okay? Don't worry too much because it needs a little getting used to. This question is an annoying question and it needs attention. Okay, so let's try to find the correct answers for this. But first of all, let's compare between your answers before we check the model answer. And then I want to know why you chose, because this is what matters. This is what I want from the model answers. I don't want to just give you the correct answers, because the model answers also will show us which sentences they relied on to pick this particular heading on the expense of the other headings in the list, okay? So let's compare your answers. What do you have for paragraph B? Which heading? Aya, and which heading, Rima? Let's see. Okay, what do you have for B, Rima? VI. Okay, so Aya says VI. Number one is VI. What about number 2? Probably wrong. What about 2? What do you have for 2? Rima, or both of you? Rima has gone MIA, missing in action.
B, the answer of B, VI.
Okay, so for B, you have for B, VI.
Yes.
All right, so for paragraph B, VI. Let's write the paragraphs. This is B, it's the same thing. So it means you got the same answer. Okay, so because Aya has the same thing, she chose VI for B. Okay, for C, she has 2. What do you have for C? Let's use this. What do you have for C?
2.
Okay, so and what about D? So until now, you have an agreement.
About D, XII.
XII. Do you have the same thing, Aya? Oops, I mingled it. So D is XII. What about Aya? What do you have for D? Is it the same or maybe something different? Let's see what you have for. What about E, Rima? What do you have for E?
VII.
D, not sure between XI. Okay, XI or I is not sure. what do you, between xi or vx? So xi or ve? So, okay, so we also have xi or v. So we have three options in your answers. For E, what do you have, Rima?
XII.
XI. So for the same D and E, it's the same answer. You have the same answer for both of them.
For E, I did XI. So I'm crying, and this is torture. This is the most difficult. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, nerve-wracking. E is like XI. I did XI. So I was kind of confused between D and E, the paragraphs.
And what about F? Rima, what do you have for F? I, what do you have?
I did XII.
And Rima, what do you have?
IX.
Oh my goodness, this is like.
All right, and for G, paragraph G?
XI.
IV.
Rima used XI for all the answers. You just kept repeating XI. All right, so Rima, you have XI. And,
IV.
and you have IV. All right, what about paragraph H? What do you have?
3 I's.
All right, and Rima?
Same answer.
All right, and the last one, paragraph I. What do you have? I.
1 I.
Rima? What do you have for paragraph I? Not sure?
IX. Not.
Okay. So let's see.
No worries at all, Rima, even if we didn't get anything right.
Yeah, it's the first one, so don't worry too much about this. Like I said, it's an annoying task, and I wouldn't worry too much.
No.
Yeah, it needs lots of drilling. Keep in mind this is your first attempt, so don't be too hard on yourselves. All right, so we were doing exercise. What was it? Exercise what? Does anybody remember where we were? Let's see. Okay, so we were in page, this was test folder 4. So let's go to test folder 4. Here we are. This is writing folder 4. So it should be before it. No, it's after it. The progress tests are good, by the way. So you can do those too. Okay, here it is. Okay, we missed it. All right, here it is. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so I think, where are the other answers? Okay, because I wrote your first answers, but they disappeared somewhere. Ah, here they are. Okay, here they are. So for B, you both answered VI, but the correct answer is VII. Okay, and let's see the reason. Let's see the reason why. Which is, let's take this pick. So let's go to B. B is in between clips, recipe tips, and beauty advice. The screens show advertisements. So let's look for this part. It says here, this is where they chose the answer. And if we go back to the questions, VI, let's see why VI is relevant to B. Let's read VI. So VI says the products that it suits best. And here, sorry, that's the wrong one, VII. My bad. So VII, not just advertising. In between news clips, recipe tips, and beauty advice, the screens show advertisements for products in the aisles, the news and other editorial, blah, blah. But the first two sentences, this is the relevant answer. In between news clips, recipe tips, and beauty advice, the screens show advertisements. And in the question, in the heading itself, it says not just advertising. So the idea, it's a sort of a combo. The advertisements are embedded in between the news clips and the recipe tips and the beauty advice. So if you really want to zoom in on the keywords in the whole story, it was between, the word between. Between is probably the building block here, or the word, the block word, which had all the meaning. So this is why they chose this answer, apparently. Okay, so let's see your next answer. Let's scroll down a little bit so we can see them this way. It's easier. Okay, and also we can see. So you chose for paragraph C, you chose II. And for paragraph C, it's I. Let's see why. All right.
Nice rhyme.
Yeah, it's I. Let's see why. According to the answer, it says the early years of in-store TV, blah, blah. Then sometimes left a lot to be desired. This has been changing, though, as advertisers get more sophisticated at in-store TV. And if we go back to the paragraph, we can find this here. Not this one. Here. So it's basically in the last 2-3 sentences is where the answer is from. And if you pop up the question, building on past experience. So the reason they chose this answer is because, first of all, you have a combo in the early years of store TV. So there's a contrast between in the early days. This is the key. So, and then in the end, this has been changing. So do you see this contrast? In the early years, this has been changing. So this is why the correct answer is building on past experience. There's a process of change based on previous evidence. Are you with me? Do you get what I mean here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, this is why number 3 is correct. All right. Now, the next one here, it's XI, and you chose, one of you had XI actually. One of the many random options you gave me, one of them was XI.
Yeah, I was not sure between XI and V, but okay, so I guess you have to go with your gut feeling at the end.
Okay, so let's count this as a correct point, as even though it's
Okay.
not, but let's count it for the sake of some encouragement. Okay, so let's see why your answer here is correct, XI. So let's read it. It says indoor ads have to be particularly attention grabbing. So they need to be attention grabbing. This is let's find this little piece in the article itself. So here we have, it's in the first sentence. It's right in the main sentence, in the first one. In-store ads have to be particularly attention grabbing because people are there to shop, not to watch. And in the question it says, where is it? Making customers notice the ads. I think this is fairly straightforward. To make customers notice the ads, and then in the text itself, they tell you attention grabbing. So this is a clear synonym. Notice, attention grabbing. They're friends. It's almost the same thing. Does it make sense? Is what I'm saying making any sense?
Yeah.
Rima, are you with me here?
Yes, I'm depressed.
No, that's okay. Don't be depressed.
Don't be.
Yeah, I've done. If I tell you how many how many tens and tens of mock exams with really poor results I've done, you'd be a little more depressed. It takes a lot of practice. This one, the reason I'm taking it very slowly and analyzing it, I'm just trying to build the imagination you need for the next one. And I'm 100% sure that the next exercise we'll do after this is going to be, even though it might not be very good, absolutely speaking, but it will be a lot better than this one. You get the idea? Because you can see that the words are sometimes in the middle, sometimes in the end, sometimes in the beginning. You need a sort of a universal complete comprehension skill to get the whole paragraph. But you need to be also able to base your answer on a specific part of the paragraph. Do you get the idea? So it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy at all. It's quite confusing. All right, so these are our first 4 answers from the first half of the text. Now let's keep our friend here and let's see what you have. So for F, the 2 options you gave me, one of them was XII, which is 12, and the other one was 9IX. And for F is it the 4th letter or is it the 5th letter? 5th. So this one. And that's actually correct because one of you, I think Rima, you were the one who gave XII, or was it Aya?
Me. Yay.
Okay, yay, another point. So we have 2. So that's good. Okay, we have 2. And you can clearly see why F is, I think we didn't do 4, did we?
No, we didn't do E.
Yeah, we didn't.
Paragraph
yeah.
E.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Okay, so let's just finish 5 and then I'll take you back to E since we started here. So so 5, which is F, is XII, which is correct. Content is tightly tailored to particular store areas. Okay, so where here does it say it's particularly tailored? F, it's important to make sure customers are not bombarded, blah, 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 typically has 5, blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Yeah.
Third sentence.
The third one. they need to make sure that the content it targets, it's tightly tailored to a particular store areas. So it doesn't make sense that if you're in the cleaning aisles, in the cleaning area, you have advertisements about vegetables. Well, it won't make any effect on the customer. Put the brand or the thing you want to advertise in the right area. This is the point they're making here. And you can see from the question itself, it needs to be tightly tailored. And if we pop up the question itself, the question in XII, ads designed for different departments. So again, here's our synonym. So this analysis is basically, we're synonym hunting. Basically, this is what we're doing right now. So you have designed, specifically designed, ads designed for different departments. Designed is our keyword. And in the text, the keyword, the synonym that makes it all make sense is this one. Where is it? The tailored part. Yeah, here it is. Content is tightly tailored to particular store areas. Here they say different departments. Here they say store areas. Do you see what they're doing? They're just playing with synonyms. So you need to look for synonyms, and you need to find it in the mess of words. So this is the difficulty you have. Okay, now let's go back to E, which is number for A, B, C, D, E. No, number 5, is it? 4. Ads that communicate facts. First of all, let's find the answer. For E, you gave me XII or XI, which neither of them is correct. Okay, so E is one of the questions where, well, I can't really help you here. So both were correct. So E, let's see what they wanted and why this is the correct answer. Okay. So it says here, VIII, information required. The information required. Ads that communicate facts work better than the more emotional. Shoppers want the ad to tell them specifically about a brand and what it is going to do for them. And if we go here and if you look, shoppers make purchases, they want the ad. So it's in the end, actually. It's a mix, to be honest. It's a mix of both. So it starts here, ads that communicate facts. This is one part of the answer we want. And the last part, they want ads to tell them about the brand and what it's going to do for them. So in part E, it's more of a, it was more of a paraphrasing, not paraphrasing. It was here, the correct answer, information required. These two words sort of summarize the whole paragraph. It actually feels a bit unfair to think of it, because these two words gave the meaning of all of this. So these two words were worth 4 sentences. Can you see it?
Yes.
The 4 sentences in that they based their answer on. It was just done in 2 words. The information that's required from the customers, what they really need, in order for the ad to be effective. All right, now number 6. What did you give me for number 6? Which is G. You gave me XI and IV. IV was one of them. Who gave IV?
Yay! Oh, great.
Yay. Okay, good. So you got this right. Okay, so IV, let's see what IV says. Why not everyone is happy? So what part of the text says this? A minority of customers feel that rather than wasting money on in-store TV, the retailer should lower prices or at least invest in more useful services. The biggest turnoff, though, for customers and staff on the shop floor is noise. I think it's sort of clear here, right? Because it shows things which customers don't like. And all of this, if you break it down, all of it is disadvantages of using in-store TV. The noise, the increased prices, because the customer will eventually have to pay for all those large plasma TVs in the store. It's coming out of their pockets and this is not a good thing, and the customers realize this. So, so that's why IV is the right choice here, okay? Now, the next one, number 7, which is H.
I got it wrong.
Yeah, you got it wrong, yes. The correct answer was V, and the reason, and what does V say? Let's read it. The advantages for advertisers compared with television. Okay, now here we have so actually if you think of it, 6 and 7 are opposites. 6, we have the disadvantages of in-store TV screens, in-store TV advertising, and in paragraph 7 or paragraph H, we have the advantages of in-store television or in-store TV ads. So it says because of mass audience and all the developments happening with satellite, it's harder to reach your target audience. This means, this makes the in-store TV a better choice, according to this. All right. So this was, we need it on top of each other. All right, so this is why V is the right choice here. Now, the last one, it says the majority of customers, the last one is I, and one of you got I. Who got the I? Was it Aya or Rima?
Alhamdulillah. Well,
you got it? Was it you?
Yeah.
All right.
That was me.
Okay, so I satisfied shoppers, and the majority of customers feel that in-store TV improves. This is our keyword. This is our synonym. Improves, satisfied. Improves, satisfied, synonyms. There you have it. There you go. All right. Now, before we go to another one, let's try to digest this question just a little bit, and let's see what we can take out of this, since we did a thorough analysis. Let's hear it first from Rima. Let's get you out of your depression, Rima. What's your take on this? Or what should we use, or what should we do with the info, or what ouch, sorry, or what should we take with us from this exercise? Are you still there, Rima? I think Rima is gone. Okay, so Aya, let's hear it from you. Let's see what you have on this. What do you think? Or what should we take to our next exercise?
Honestly, it's kind of depressing, but for being the first question of the headings answered, it's kind of okay, like for me. I think we should like concentrate on keywords, and it's a bit tricky. I don't know. It's sometimes the synonyms are like I don't know. We should just concentrate. That's kind of difficult. I don't know.
All right. Okay, correct. You got the synonym part right. Definitely, we need to pay attention to the synonyms. There is one thing I'd like to mention here. Maybe you didn't discuss this thoroughly because this is more connected to writing than reading, but this is the link, the hidden link between reading and writing, and how they both sort of contribute to each other. If you've noticed, the headings question, it always relies on paragraphs. It's very different from the true, false, not given when you're looking out of context in a way. Because the true, false, not given question is a pure scanning question. It's pure scanning. You're not doing any comprehensive work. You're looking. So you can think of the true, false, not given as pure synonym work. You're looking for this statement. Where is it here? That's all you're doing. The difficulty with the heading question is you're dealing with a particular paragraph. and you need to take the whole paragraph into consideration. Now, one of the key writing skills is writing a proper paragraph. The paragraph is the backbone of any article, any passage, any sort of written piece, written material. Now, in any good paragraph, there are always two elements. There's the main idea, the main topic sentence, they call it the topic sentence, and there's supporting ideas. And if you really pay attention, most of the answers here in this box, the ones they've written, these are actually the main ideas of the whole paragraph. Do you get the idea? So,
Yep.
so your zooming skills in the heading question need to be a little broader than your scanning skills that you used in the true, false, not given. You need to have a little, your scanning needs to be a little broader. You need to find the topic sentence, the sentence with the key idea, because very likely this is what you have in the headings, because the headings are mere paraphrases of the key ideas in the paragraphs, if you get what I mean. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So this is it. You need to look for the main idea in each paragraph. Rima, are you back?
Yes, I'm here, but there is noise around me. That's why.
Okay, no problem, no problem. This is just the point I wanted to make. So in the next exercise we're going to do now, I'd like you to pay attention more to the topic sentence or the main idea in each paragraph. Okay. So let's go to our next exercise. Yes, she's right. She's right when she's right. All right, so let's head to our next task. Let's go. So let me. All right. Okay, so let's go. Let's see our next heading question. There aren't too many heading questions, by the way, in this in the student book. And even in the real exam, by the way, guys, I think there's usually one, just one, I think. For every exam, there's usually one. I don't remember there were more. The true, false, not given, there's usually two. They're sort of thrown all over the place. This is an MCQ. This is also a multiple choice question. I remember there was more than one heading. Looks like it's just one. Okay. No, this is not a heading question. Okay, this means we need to go to the advanced book because there was just one heading question here. Is this it? No, this is writing. Okay, so let me take you to the to the other book. Okay, it looks like the other book we have. We have the teacher's book for it. Seems that we don't. Okay, so this means we'll be using the workbook because the advanced book didn't contain it didn't contain the teacher's book, unfortunately. Okay, so this means the workbook it is. Okay, sorry, my bad, my problem. It's, I thought I prepared this. Okay, let's do the mock test instead, because the mock tests have the headings question, and we also have the answers. So this might be a safer bet. Okay, can you see the book, the screen now? Is it clear?
Yeah.
All right, good. So let's find us a nice heading. Here it is, just when I was talking. All right, so I think this time we can set it next to each other, the two pages. All right, now this one is a little better because, all right, good. It's not as long, but the article is longer. Do you see we have a little switch this time? Last time the article was short, but the questions were long. Now this time it's the other way around. Now let me take a screenshot of this so we could put it next to each other. Or maybe I have a better suggestion. Let's work on it like this, and when you think you need to go to the next, whenever you want to move to the next one, I can just scroll down to the next. What do you think? Is it easier this way? Should we do it like this? Aya, Rima? Are you there? Have you started reading? Okay, if you can't talk, just type. I'm just...
Paragraph A is already answered.
Okay.
Right?
Yes?
So,
Okay, where did the book go? Sorry.
that's okay with me.
So paragraph A is done. This means we only have B, just B, this means, okay? The rest of the article is all in the other page, okay? Rima, if you're with us, this is the plan. You just need to find the right heading for B, okay? Once you think you've found it, just tell me and I'll pop the next page down. Okay? Are you ready this time? Remember, no skimming. Don't waste time skimming. Just jump on the headings, read the headings, and then just look for them, find them. So 4 points, 4 questions, we need, let's say 6 minutes, okay?
Okay, hopefully.
All right, so your 6 minutes will start now.
Can you scroll down? The headings, So I can only see the paragraphs.
Okay, sorry. Let me screenshot them. This way we can with this, like last time. We'll make up the minutes we wasted. Alrighty, now we're set. Okay, so this means let's move. Okay. Okay, so you have 3 minutes. Okay. Who's finished?
Me, I think.
All right, that's good. And Rima, how's it going? Rima is silent again. All right, so what do you think of this one, Aya? By the way, this level is a lot higher than the last one. What's your opinion on this?
I know I have mistakes, but I don't want to say it's kind of harder. But I think I got the grip of it from
the last one.
Yeah. I didn't go through the whole. The first question you gave us, I was like reading each paragraph. So this one I was like quickly.
Okay, that might have just.
I don't know if it helped me or not, but.
All right, so let's write both your answers. Rima, if you can't talk, you just type in your answers. I'm curious to see what you have. So just type them in the chat, just whatever you answered. I don't think we need the word. I don't know why I opened it. Okay, so let's just write our answers like we used to. And let's just ignore the word document. All right, so what do you have for us, Aya? What do you have for paragraph B?
I did VII.
Okay, so VII was your answer. What about, I think we need to remove this. Never mind, let's just erase it and start a new one. Okay, so the first one is VII. So for Aya, let's write all your answers first. So for paragraph B, you have VII. For paragraph C, what do you have?
Paragraph C, 3I.
I. For paragraph D,
1I.
1I. And for the last one,
2I.
2 I's. So this is not one, this is 1 I. And let's do the Rima answers. Okay, so for Rima, what do you have for B? Let's see, she wrote us something in the chat. Okay, so VII, IVI. So let's write these. So she actually agrees with you in the first answer. The second, she doesn't. Something else. Ivy. So she has Ivy. And then she has. Okay, she agrees. She agrees with 3 of your answers, Aya. I'm optimistic this time, to be honest. All right, so let's see. Let's see. And let's see how far. So this was test 2. So, no, this was test 1. Test 1, passage. Test 1, passage 2. Test 1, passage 2. So test 1. Test 1, test 1. Test 1. This is the listening. And here we have our reading. Are you ready, girls? Okay, let's.
Yes.
let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I think this is good news. Come on. Okay. So you got two. The two of them that you agreed on were actually right. And keep in mind, this test is a lot harder than the one before. This is a real IELTS level mock test. It wasn't like the practice one we did. This one is harder. Harder as vocab, speaking about vocab. Maybe that one was a little harder because it was your first one and it was it had lots of headings. This one might have been a bit easier because it didn't have as many headings and the question wasn't as long. But this is good. You both got two answers out of two, which is very nice for the first day, for our first day.
Thanks for the encouragement.
No, I think it's okay. It's good because keep in mind you've never done this before, and the second one, and from a real mock test, that's not bad. It's not bad at all, I think. Okay, so before we close up, before we finish, let's have a little chat about the headings question. I don't know what you think, but we could do, for example, I think I should leave this up to you. You tell me if you need the next lesson to be all about the headings question. I don't mind, but if you think you've got the gist of it, that you've sort of got how this thing works, and this is what I sort of want to drill during the lessons. As long as you sort of understood the mechanism of the question, all it needs is a little more repetition. That's all it needs. Yeah, it needs some focus, some focused practice. Okay, if this is the case, then our next lesson we could do a new task. This, in my opinion, this might be better to sort of to use all the time we have, because keep in mind this is a sort of a short course. So I want to jam in as much as I can. Mm-hmm. So this is really up to you. You decide this with Rima. Rima is still silent. I think she can talk. But you decide this. If you feel you need another 2 hours to work together during our lessons on the heading question, fine by me. If you feel that you can cover this just from the workbook, and I'm going to also send you the advanced student book. I'll download it and send it as well. I think there might be one or two, not a lot, but one definitely. There is at least one headings question in the advanced student book. So I will send you that in addition to the advanced workbook and the intermediate workbook that you have. So you already have 3 resources to practice this test, this task from, and even if this is not enough, I can also send you these complete mock exams. I can send you a copy of this if you feel you need to do more headings. But in case all of this is not enough and you need another lesson, I don't mind. So you don't have to decide now. Just talk it through. Just talk with Rima. Both of you decide. Let me know what you think. What else?
Okay, so we'll probably send you a message when we agree.
Yeah. Whatever you decide.
But you know, I think we should take advantage of this course and you know, covering the different kinds of questions. So
that's what I would suggest. I would suggest as long as you got the gist. You don't need to be perfect just yet, because remember, these are just your first 2 hours. So even if you're not perfect, fine. As long as you got how this question works, I think I would call this lesson a success if you got what this question is about and how to tackle it. And the rest is just focused repetition, focused repetitive practice. And I think you'll get it a bit like the true false not given question. But whatever you decide, let me know. And to summarize, to sum up, I think this question, it's all about the paragraph. Just take the paragraph as a whole, sort of chew it, and then pick out what you think are the most important words, the key words that probably make the topic sentence. If you sort of can spearhead or zoom in to that sentence, you've already done the question. You've already solved the puzzle. This is what it's about, I think. This skill is very important when we get to writing. The whole topic sentence, supporting sentences thing, when we get to paragraph writing. And I think that's all for today. If you have any questions, please feel free before we call it a night. I think that's all.
Yeah,
for
thank
today.
you.
Any questions, Aya, Rima?
For me, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Okay, Aya, no
Thank
questions. Rima, let's see, maybe she has a question. Okay, no questions from Aya, from Rima. Okay, so thank you for your time and good night. And if I take more than a couple of hours and I don't send you the book, send me a message. This means I've already forgotten about it. So just remind me if I take more than a couple of hours without sending you the books, okay?
Okay.
All right then, so good night. I'll see you next lesson.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Good night.